area access into the Zambia Police Service headquarters here in Lusaka. This is where planning of the activities of the men and women in uniform who make sure that peace and tranquility is maintained in the country. That's besides the point. Our entry into here is to find out what else these men and women are able to do other than attending to official duty. The Zambian genius is interested in the innovations and creativity that our men and women are able to display, regardless of what sort of official job they hold. Constable Septem is a genius. That's according to me. Are you going to find him genius? Let's find out.
Our officers are just like any other person outside there in communities, and they are also involved, in coming up with innovations. So for us as Zambia Police, we are actually happy, and we know that our officers are contributing to the larger part of society, because we also believe that as Zambia Police, we are just a component of the whole total sum of the society. So these officers also are contributing in various areas other than just policing. Like the officer in question is talking about the ecosystem, trying to promote eco-friendly innovations. And as police, we understand to say that we are policing in an environment. So what type of an environment would you want to police in as Zambia Police? We want to police in an environment which is conducive.
We are at the residence of Septem, Constable Septem. You've seen a contrast of him already now that we are here. So the officer that we were able to interact with at the force headquarters and now at his residence here in Kamwala, Lusaka. So we are just here to find out a little bit about him and then move on to catching up with what he does and the innovation that has brought us all the way to here. I'll call you Septem. Get over here. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Talk to the people first of all about where you grew up from, your education background.
Okay, I was born and raised in Minilunga, in Northwestern Province, and I did my primary school at Kanyahampa. That time we used to call it Kanyahampa Basic School. Then I did my secondary school at Mutanda Secondary School in Solwezi. Okay. Yes, from there I moved to Lusaka. Then I found myself also joining the Zambia Police Service in 2018. Yes, and here we are. The time I joined the Zambia Police Service, I began to feel a calling into the field of law, to do law, to study law. Then I remembered as I was working that I have got a project that I've just sparked. Let me pick it up, let me start working on it again, let me try, let me give it another shot. That's how I gave it a shot. I decided to engage the Zambia Police Service and they welcomed the move, and here we are. Yes.
Here we are indeed, and so the Zambian Genius crew has moved into the Zambia Police Service headquarters and now at Septem Handle's residence here in Kamwala. A lot of questions have been coming via our inbox in the Zambian Juniors Facebook page inbox there, where people are asking plenty of questions. How do I be part of the show? Very simple. All you do is simply email us, thezambianjuniors@gmail.com, and also follow us on Facebook, The Zambian Juniors, like the Facebook page, and you'll be part of the daily sharings that we do there. Also, you can get to see other innovations that we've been able to cover so far since 2018 when we started, by simply going to our YouTube, search for the Zambian Genius. One question that has come is, how do you manage to get the people? Simple. They get in touch with us via the Facebook page. And also remember, you can get interactive with us by simply posting the videos, the WhatsApp videos, to the number that scrolls down the screen every time the Zambian Genius is running. Stay with us, because Septem Handle now is going to unleash the genius in him.
We make charcoal briquettes out of agriculture waste. We use grass, timber shavings, anything that has carbon in it, and we produce using our machinery here, as you can see. What inspired me to take up this project was in 2012, I had gone for holiday from secondary school. I went home and I was watching, we watched a cartoon, The Lorax. The Lorax was a protector of trees in a certain small town called Athenidville. Then there's this man who came and started cutting down trees, saying he wanted to make thenids and whatnot. And the Lorax started talking to this person: if you cut down trees, we'll remain without trees and we'll pollute our environment, we'll kill our environment. But he did not listen. I went back to school. Our teacher, our science teacher, was talking about an alternative for charcoal. I said, wow, I need to get into this. So when we completed school, I started doing my own research. I continued doing research until I discovered that you can actually carbonize grass or any agricultural waste and make them into charcoal briquettes, which is much more efficient, it's sustainable, it burns longer, it has a higher calorific value, it doesn't pollute the environment, it's clean energy.
Clear explanation. You spoke to us about having members, team members. Tell us about them.
Yes, so in 2020, I wrote a post on Facebook. Okay, I've been writing posts on Facebook. In 2020, I was inviting investors and those we can partner up and boost this project. So I invited a colleague. He's here with us. You can come through. And another colleague who's not here with us because she's working from Chipata district. She's making briquettes from there. Actually, she sent some on a bus for us. So this is Director Yasha. We formed the board of directors, which is led by the three of us, and I'm the board chairman. Director Yasha is a scientist from the Copperbelt University in biomaterial sciences and technology. Yes, I think he can do a small intro about himself.
Sure. Director, good to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm humbled. Thank you so much. So my name is Yasha Banda, and I'm a graduate from the Copperbelt University in biomaterial science and technology. I deal with materials. I love materials so much. So, like Director Muhando has said, he's been posting on Facebook for some time.
When you bought into the idea as a scientist, what were you looking at?
Okay, I was looking at, this was a breakthrough for me, because looking at, in my third year, I did the project proposal for the Copperbelt University on how we can reduce forest degradation and deforestation under RIDD+, looking at the implementation challenge they have been having for those guys, because there are these guys called biocarbon partners. They have been trying to implement policies on how they can avoid deforestation and degradation, but they have not, it hasn't been so effective. So those are things I wrote about. Then looking at the idea I had, the research, it was actually a breakthrough for me. I was like, okay, this is the way, because it's a sustainable way of doing it. Looking at how we are going to advocate for forest prevention without having anyone affected, both the host community and us. Looking at the raw materials, those are just waste. so it's
Fantastic.
sustainable.
Great. Too much talk. Let's get down to it. What is the first thing that you do? You get grass,
Yes.
or any other agricultural material first.
Yes.
Dry it up, and then what happens?
So basically, when we dry it up, we have to carbonize it. There is a process we call carbonization, where we have to carbonize this into a carbon content. That's the
All right.
first thing.
Maybe, Mhando, you can get us the grass, a little bit of grass, and then you come and... Oh, it's here already.
Yes, we have timber shavings and grass in here, so we have a little bit of grass here, and then timber shavings.
So show us how you carbonize it and what goes in there.
Okay, the process of carbonization can take even up to 2 hours to have a perfect carbon powder, perfect percentage yield.
Okay.
So initially, this was one of our first carbonizers that we were using. We'd carbonize it in here. We'd make sure that there's little or no oxygen to prevent it turning into ash or producing high contents of carbon monoxide. Our aim is to produce carbon.
So you light it there. Do you light it?
Yes, we light it.
And then what do you do? Because
And then-
this turns into ash certainly when it's burning. That's what the people want to understand, I'm sure. It will turn into ash, isn't it?
Yeah. No, but we're also I don't know. We're also avoiding giving a lot of information. because
Oh,
somebody
I
can
see.
super speed us.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh no, I understand clearly. Okay. That's beautiful. So for the sake of that,
Yes.
we are going to leave that part. Let's go
Yes.
on. Then what do you do?
Yes, when we carbonize this, it turns into carbon powder, and then the carbon powder, it's a powder. I mean, we can break this into.
Oh, that's how it turns.
So it
Eventually.
becomes a powder. So to turn it into a briquette, it needs to be pressed, and also we use a certain binder.
It's a technical term, briquettes. So mchinyanja tingakamba ndiye chani.
Dirasha.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So from that grass,
Yes.
it turns into this.
this, yes.
It's light, eh? It's very light. Okay,
Yes.
good. Nice. Okay.
So initially, this is what we do, and then we press it using the machine that we fabricated ourselves.
I know you've got some liquid of some sort where you want to make that. Oh, it's here.
Yes.
Maybe, Banda, you can go ahead and do the demo and put in the machine. Who designed the machine?
I designed the machine.
So, what we are seeing now, Mr. Banda, you can be explaining. This is from grass. This is the grass, actually.
This is from grass. This is grass, and we are mixing it with a certain unique binder that we use to mix the carbonized content with the binder, so that these things they are packed nicely. So this is before we put it into a press.
So we put it in our press. So we put it in.
Into the press. So the idea is to press, because the secret lies in pressing, so that it has got high density for it to burn for a long time.
In high pressure.
High pressure.
Yes.
Hivyo ndio vikombora.
Ndiye vikombora hivi mchinyanja. This is the part where we compress to enhance the density of our material that we are going to produce. So
Basically, it's been pressed.
it's been pressed like this. Simply means we are increasing on the density of the briquette.
Yeah.
For it to burn for a long time, 3 to 4 hours, as compared to lamp charcoal, which is normally fixed.
So we can remove them. So we have our
So
briquette.
that's a briquette.
So when it dries up, it turns out this way.
Turns out this way.
Amazing. So this actually is what now you use as charcoal on a brazier
Yes.
instead of the charcoal that comes from trees.
Yes.
I'm sure the Zambia Forestry and Forest Company, is that what it is called? Zafiko should be
Yes,
interested
yes.
in such innovations. This is brilliant.
And actually, this is clean. You see, you can even try to rub it on your fingers. It turns it's hot.
It doesn't get to stir.
No, it doesn't. Okay. This one is not very dry.
Doesn't.
Clean in it. This one doesn't.
Or when it dries, it completely doesn't have to rub.
No,
off.
it's not even
yeah.
supposed to leave there.
There
on
you
your
have
hands. This one is not dry.
Okay. There you are. Ingenuity at its best, thinking out of the box with a little of what they've been able to see happen already. For example, this is what we call the chikombola when you're making yourself bricks, but they brought it to the side of making charcoal in that format, but using grass and any other agricultural waste. So that's it. You've made charcoal, in short.
Yes, we've made charcoal. We dry it under the sun, and then once it's dry, it increases the moisture content a bit, but it doesn't produce smoke.
So the scientific part of it, the nitty-gritty, we've left it out because I understand they are trying to avoid people replicating it. If you want to get in touch with them, it's 097
0977 432262. 0977 432262.
Having heard what it's able to do, let's see. And you are saying this burns for over 2 hours.
Yes.
Are you
over
selling
2 hours.
these already? Because I'm thinking.
Yes, we've sold. We were even able to buy this bigger carbonizer because of the sales we've made.
So people around this neighborhood, they buy this one.
We've sold to people in city market mostly. Our landlord will give her for free because we do it from her yard, of course.
Okay.
She uses some when we make. And I think she
If
can
huge
come and
demand
testify.
were to come, since people have seen this, are you able to supply the whole country?
At the moment, we already have a high demand, but we're not able to satisfy because our equipments are not very efficient. They are only producing on a very small scale.
What do you need?
We just need more money to buy bigger equipment.
Like this, eh?
Yes.
A bigger this.
A bigger
Because
this.
this was just manually designed, looking
Yes.
at, okay, we can't be pressing using our hands. So so he came up with the idea, he designed it on his own, just to help with the pressing. But if there can be finances, we can actually buy a very good pressing machine that can be using power to compress. And the more it compresses, it simply means the more you're going to have, the longer it's going to take, because the particles have been packed so much that for it to complete burning, to take time.
Zambia, it's time to save our forests. By doing that, then we are increasing on rainfall patterns, isn't it?
Yes.
That's what we are taught. Let's see. So this from grass, able to help you cook for 2 hours, than the charcoal that can only last like 10 minutes, 30 minutes. This certainly is the way to go. Let's see you now light it up. Because there are certain people that say that in Mvumvu is jani, and then it doesn't even burn efficiently, so that we can even see. You say you are from the Copperbelt University.
Yes, I'm from
This speaks to the fact that Zambian universities should be trusted with imparting knowledge in our students, isn't it?
Exactly. Exactly. It's just that sometimes, people talk about, universities. I think it's about innovation. It's about you thinking outside the box. I remember what Steve Jobs said. He said, those guys who think different should be celebrated. I believe in thinking different. Doesn't have to be what everyone else has done. Okay, I've got a degree, but I'm here producing charcoal. You can imagine. It's all about problem solving for me. That's what moves me. It's about problem solving. If you want to make money, find the problem, solve it. That's what universities promote. I don't know about others, but for Copperbelt University, I think they promote problem solving.
Just in case somebody is interested in buying, for example, how much would it cost me to buy all these in here? 5 questions. Okay, that's good. And then I'm able to cook for 2 hours.
Exactly.
It's not a bad idea.
And if we buy machines and compress, we'll be able to cook for 5 hours. Which is even good for those in poultry business, small
Those who are
industries
into
like filter
restaurants.
making, restaurants, yes. And domestic use.
Yes.
And actually this technology, since we're making it on a personal scale, it can be sold out to a family so that they're able to fabricate their own briquettes at home, dry them to use. Yes.
Good. Let's see. It's not difficult to light.
No, it's not.
Once it just comes in contact with fire, it catches fires on its own as well.
This is wow, it has caught fire. It's just that we are on the open, so they seem to just look white, but this is all fires in red fire. You don't, yeah. Very, very hot.
Because,
This is beautiful.
the calorific value for these is actually so much higher as compared to charcoal, lamp charcoal. Simply means they can actually burn the heat they produce as compared to charcoal, lamp charcoal. This has got so much heat as compared to lamp charcoal. And that's why
There it is. Look at that.
this is a alternative.
Thank you so much. So, the problem of deforestation can be tackled using this innovation. A concept by Constable Septem handle. Something that we want to encourage. Doesn't matter where you are, think out loud. For any information, get in touch with zambiangenius@gmail.com. That's our email address. Alternatively, go to our Facebook page, The Zambian Genius. Go to our YouTube, you could find this posting even there. Search for The Zambian Genius and enjoy watching the very best creativity that we have in the country. Doesn't matter who does it, we need to support local. Only when we do so can we support the local economy.